Protocol 26. New notification. Scan broadcast complete.
Neutral. So.
Notification. New notification sent.
There are no secrets in conference play. They know you, you know them. There's always a little trickle of bad blood here and there, particularly when both teams are ranked as these two are in this one. Welcome everyone to the shores of the Tennessee River, Neyland Stadium, home of the Volunteers. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the 19th ranked team in the land, the Tennessee Volunteers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Vols will kick it away to start us off. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. From the gun, give on the inside. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Guys, let's chat about Georgia. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top two teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these two teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
One thing you know about this defense, they have got the pass rush. You cannot be predictable, especially when it comes to throwing the football. There is too much athleticism and length up front on this defensive line and in their front seven, and they register a sack early here on only the second play of the game.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Pulls it in. It's Taylor. Oh, he's got some space. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46.
Really nice decision by the quarterback. 3rd and long, and nothing was open deep down the field, so he's able to check it down and get it to a pretty athletic guy who shows you what they can do with the ball after the catch. He finds a few blocks, he uses his speed, and that turns into be a huge gain for the offense.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. They go to the ground. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Dumps it off in the flats. Open space at the 25. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Here comes second down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. Tight end finds a soft spot. Good throwing catch, takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Georgia heads to the line with a 1st and goal. Try to get it in with the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's such a great physical play by the defense, because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Yeah, in this part of the field, man, those windows shrink, and it's hard as a quarterback sometimes to really force yourself to throw the football. You're sitting in a good spot, 2nd and goal. Just throw that thing away. Don't take the sack and put you in a bad situation.
It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And he'll be brought down.
Man, now and if this offense could go back, they'd be like, throw it away. You know, don't take the sack earlier in the downs, because the scramble now puts you in a good 4th down situation. Interested to see what this offense does, but they got to stay away from those negative plays.
And this one splits the uprights. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And on this opening drive, the D gave up some yards, but that's okay. They buckled down when they needed to. They forced the field goal, keeping the home crowd still engaged, still excited, and now they get the football.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Running back searching for a hole. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Nice job by the defense. A lot of times offenses want time to mesh that RPO and read it. Nah, the defense got in there so fast, they didn't give him an option. Got the nice tackle for a loss, putting the offense in a worse situation.
Going to swing it on second down. Catch in the middle. It's Smith. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end of season highlight reel, but in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yep, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone. They did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Out of the gun to give to the back. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a 3rd down and 3.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
And the Vols come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Grab near the sticks. It's Smith. And a good pickup there. They'll move the sticks for a 1st down. Let's see if they try to get another snap before the quarter expires. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. And we've come to the end of the 1st as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the 2nd period. So 1st down here as they go back to work. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Volunteer.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead, down 7-3. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles. And those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play. And the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Takes an easy one to the back. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
in execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40.
Offenses that are great on third downs, what do? Most of the time, they keep it in manageable situations where they're not predictable, not just dropping back to pass. They do it here on third and short. They convert. This offense has been so efficient on third downs all throughout this season.
Looking to throw on first down. Avoids pressure. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. So now it's second and long. Back to pass. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now in this drive. Sack first down, just thrown an incompletion. So third in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
As I know him hard, and he is cooking.
Yeah, I really like. I think there's a lot of
Decibels rising as the crowd gets
like
behind this
Steelers.
defense on
I
third
really
down.
like the 7th round pick. You know, with 7th round pick, my man coming out of Navy, Miller, out of Mount Lebanon.
Yep.
Yeah, you know,
From the gun, wants to pass.
Steelers, they really do try and build through the draft, and I think they got a lot of
When you're a
good.
playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for him, especially on third down. That's what we saw in that last play. There was no question.
I'm really excited about it.
Football.
Yeah.
Would y'all
Matter of fact, I was excited. Even when
Hey,
but you know, yeah,
it doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there.
Man, when I blitz as a defense, I want to get home. I got to get to that quarterback, get him on the ground, not hit him as he's throwing it, and he gets it off right here. Just a split second, too late. He didn't get to the quarterback in enough time. The quarterback did a good job assessing it, making a play down the field.
I'm trying to speak out.
Second and a long way to go.
It's gonna be the Steelers in the Browns
He's got it
game.
on the right. There he goes.
Yes.
All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first
Yes.
I
down.
know you got a back. There's nothing wrong with that, man.
I'm trying to be honest about what I'm seeing. You got something brewing.
The Bulldogs kept this drive
Yeah,
moving on the ground. Now back to
You
work.
got the 7th round pick.
The give to the back.
300 pounds.
Able to make the stop after a gain of 2 to the 22.
This boy
That's a really good
6'6",
job on the defense,
296.
wrapping him up, getting him on the ground, take away that
He had
make him
25
one-dimensional.
he only had
Situations.
28.
Really good job on the
In
defense.
2025 last year. Along with 68.
Got 3 on first down and second and 7.
They said he didn't. Nobody's at the ground until then. 70, bro. Like,
They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. He never had a chance on the draw.
6 seconds in the air. Shoot, I mean, 97 pounds.
Really nice job by the defense that time. Trying to stop. They've been really good so far in this one. Shutting this guy down, not letting him break it. Got the lead. It's tight. You know the opponent is going to keep trying to win it. So can they keep this up here in the second half on defense? That's the
This dude
question.
got a leg. He just finished.
Rush is on him.
Look here.
Pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. And here comes the field goal unit.
Yes.
This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head.
Get you more consistent. Your problem is consistent.
Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. That brings them to within 1. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's get you updated on a fascinating battle going down in the Pac-12.
More consistent.
NC
And you
State
can go
has the
ahead
lead right
and be an
now. This team can
undrafted free
really
agent
open up the
that actually
And the ball's free.
Damn, that nigga fumbled. Oh, wait.
That ball was loose. Offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
You know, fumbles really just comes down to luck. Oblong-shaped ball just can bounce any which way whatsoever. An offense right
The
there,
more you can
very
do, the
lucky
more
that one
places
went
they
out.
got to roster for you. If you can't
This
do
will
it,
be incomplete.
they don't got much for you.
There,
Mhm.
second
Like,
down.
if you
Guys,
just
let's
snap
talk a
and you
little bit
better
about
come.
Tennessee.
This
Yes.
is exactly how you want to start conference play.
You got to have a
Early in
lot
the
to
race
your
for sure,
repertoire
but
to
precisely
make it
the
consistently
type of
on the
foundation
NFL
you
line.
need to set.
Yeah,
This is really the meat
And,
on the bone in the
you know, those
schedule,
big
right? A lot of
boys,
teams
seeing
have
them,
out-of-conference
see if he
games
can
early
change
in
the game,
season,
man,
but
for
now is when
kickers
it
and
matters
punters.
the
Like,
most. You talk to any coach,
man,
they'll tell you,
heavy
David,
body, heavy
number
length.
one on the goal sheet is to win your conference.
And I think it's so hard because of the familiarity. You play these same teams every single year. You know them inside out. They know your scheme. You know their scheme. And sometimes the momentum of the moment can be tough. So got to continue to play well within the conference.
He just started
They've
this
got
year.
a first
He just
and
started this
10
year.
at the
He just started
34.
this year. Before that, he just did
Offense
kickoff.
changing the play.
Hey, you know the Steelers, we like the big punters. Look at that, our good man.
Take a shot.
He drafted himself.
Dropped it. That
He
deep
trying to
ball was
listen.
right
He
on the
way
money.
bigger than
You
Burst.
just have to make
Yeah,
that
listen,
catch.
get your boy up, DM me, hit me up. I got somebody that can work with you. Go ahead and get you there now.
Dino, can you still do your snap? You can maybe snap it to him.
Like he was on that last one.
I got jokes, huh? Oh, Debo used to, would you?
Here on second
He was
and
catching
long.
at 6'6". You was long snapping? Yeah, he
He get it from the gun.
7,000 feet in the air.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Chris Gardocki's
Oh,
poor hamstring ass back there.
So you need to be athletic. You need to be athletic to catch yours. You need to be athletic to catch yours. You're not putting it right now.
Yo, it was my first time ever snapping in history. And then Ponce gonna talk about, man, I could have went and did it. I snapped in the game. Well, why didn't you say that before I stepped out there, dog? They like, who gonna do it? I'm like, to hell with it. I'll do it. I'm like, I'll do it. Watch talk about it. Yeah, I
It'll be third
where
and
was you at
long.
when they was calling for it?
They was calling for me to go out there.
Yeah, man. You stepped up for the team. Thank you, bro.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you. You always did whatever it took, you know, including slamming fans or whatever, like whatever.
Anything.
Doesn't quite make it to the first
Protecting
down
them to be on the
line. He's a
field.
yard short.
You know, any means
What does it look
necessary.
about this defense?
Or you
They
can
just
do.
have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Hit as he throws, and the ball goes right to the ground, incomplete.
And what a job by this defense. Early in the game, you want to set the tone. You want to set your offense up as much as you can. And here in the first half now, giving the ball back to them on their side of the field, shutting the 4th down conversion down, sending a message to this offense.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. He's got the back in the middle.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
I think they're going to do it. They're going to see what they like in preseason. I mean,
The noise reverberating off the checkerboards and kneeling on third down. Takes the easy throw in the flat. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
Great job by the running back on this play. It's a big third down, and his ability to catch the ball, turn around, get north, make a guy miss, and go move the sticks. Awesome individual effort.
And the Bulldogs with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. It's complete on the right side. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. It's in.
Motherfucker, bro.
He's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Oh, and he missed it. No good. And after the miss, they're still down by a single.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like, the field goal miss, make great. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but we left some points off the scoreboard there.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. Turning it off. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. You love to deliver a punch on the first play of the drive. They've got it at the 46 on 1st down. Looking downfield on 1st down. Bringing the heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did what he was coached to do, and he threw it away, but you can see he's frustrated with himself. He knows he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, and I think he's wishing he had that play back, because he might have been able to take off and scramble, and who knows what could have happened for the offense.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Throws to the wideout. Working that left side. They get him down at the 36. It will be a 1st down. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Got his man on the right. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3 spot on the board. He needs to make sure those mechanics are pure from the right hash and 40 yards away. Right down the boulevard. Now up by 4 here in the 3rd quarter. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. The returner will field it and bring it back. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. So here is the Tennessee offense. They had this lead to start the 3rd quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did.
Breaks into the open. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a 1st down.
In halftime in this locker room, there's a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in the second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
Grab near the marker. It's Smothers. All out of space. Oh, I thought he was taking that all the way, but they stop him at the 7.
And this this offense showing off the explosiveness, the big play down the field. This is so big because what it makes defenses do to react now. Now you scare them. Now you make them drop back a little bit. So that big passing play opens up this whole offense.
And damn.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Well, they're trying to attack the middle of the field. That time the ball a little too high for his wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they're after him. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. They'll send out the kicker here. And he'll try to make it 2 for 2, this time from 35 yards away. It's good. Easy call for the refs. The lead now 7 here in the 3rd quarter.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes.
Wow.
He's got an alley. And there he goes.
Wow, bro.
At the 16-yard line, he ran it all the way back to the red zone, and man, are they in business.
No way y'all don't make that tackle,
Ready
bro.
to get another look at this Bulldog offense. It's been frustrating to miss that short field goal the last time they had it, but this time around, see if they can redeem themselves. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Gives it on the option. Touchdown, Bulldogs! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? Offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of a great field position.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. The returner will field it and try to do some business. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Motion from the wideout. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
The Volunteers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Looking deep down the right side. Oh, it's picked off. Takes it the other way. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's why as quarterbacks you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry. Ball's at the 24.
I think if you're the coaching staff, you have to like what you've seen from this guy so far in the game. He's pumped out some really nice runs. Obviously, he's already scored a touchdown. Really nice run there as well. And for me, I would keep thinking about creative ways of getting this guy the ball as the game goes on in the second half.
Neyland Stadium alive, a cauldron of orange noise on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
And that's a play on third down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's knocked away, and they don't convert on the fourth down.
I love when defenses are smart enough to swat the ball down. Don't go for the pick, especially on fourth down. They knock it down. You get the ball anyways. Nice job by the defender.
Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They'll start this drive going to the air.
Wow, bro. Fucking bum, bro. Get out, bro. The fuck out. The fuck out, bro. Fuck out. Fuck out my game.
Return on the interception.
Man, this thing's starting to snowball now in a bad way for this offense. Second interception in as many drives. This quarterback has got to be able to turn the page and make better decisions.
This offense has it with really good field position. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Setting up the screen. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running in between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The give to the left side. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
Trying to pick it up on the ground. They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I love the run game down here. I love being able to give it to a back and be able to trust him. Listen, he didn't have any touchdowns on the season, so I know he's wanting to punch one in, and down here, giving me the opportunity. Let me prove myself, so I love the big fella getting the football.
Can't quite cross the plane.
Bro, you gotta make that tackle, bro.
And they just keep inching closer to the goal line. They go for it on fourth down. You get it. You're now finding yourself even closer. This is a place where you'd love to be able to just line up, run the football, get north, and score a touchdown.
We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcat.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for the defense. Get him before he gets started.
Got him looking run. He wants to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Second and goal, no dice for this offense. If I'm on offense right now, I'm thinking about who are my mismatches, who are my big bodies out wide, and I can throw them the football, and they can make a play on top of somebody.
They love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's third and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Backs looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Dogs! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Starts a drive, trying to go up top. Blasted as he lets it go.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Wants to go up top. Fires it down the seam. Makes the grab inside the 30. He was off to the races and maybe another step or two and he would have scored, but they get him at the 21-yard line. Another big play on the outside, and that's the thing that historically has gotten Rocky Top rolling.
Yeah, so much fun to watch playmakers outside that they can run by you and go make big plays. Opens up the whole field, the whole offense, and this Orange fan base goes absolutely bananas.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the...
Oh, shit.
Off and he's thrown a dozen of them. Looking for more room. Touchdown, Georgia. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that. Just one moment, and all of a sudden, the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points, and now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What are you doing in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall where the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. To the air on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Smith.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Wants to go up top on first down. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Pulls it in down the sideline. Touchdown, Tennessee. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he is stopped for no gain, and that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. And a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions. And then the pass rush, they win up front.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. Georgia lining up to clear away.
The defense has had some bad stuff happen to them today. The one bright spot for them has been the pass rush. They've shown the ability to get after the opposing quarterback.
That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. So here is the Tennessee offense. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot. And now let's see if they can pull this one out. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. And the Volunteers want to pick up the tempo.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
He's got an open man. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Just inside the 30 at the 29, it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Got it! And he will score! Touchdown ball! A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
Oh, fuck, bro.
I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target. They make the big play, get the touchdown.
We've got a dandy going here, all tied up in the fourth quarter and about to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Under fire. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
Trying play action. Here's a hit. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
The noise reverberating off the checkerboards and kneeling on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He hurls one deep down the left side.
Oh my gosh, he's fast as fuck, bro.
Touchdown Bulldogs! They move on top here in the 4th.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
3rd and 18, bro. Fuck.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Things have not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Got a man, it's Smith. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the 1st down. The ball's in the hurry-up.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
I understand the quarterback wants to get this dominant wide receiver the ball as often as possible, but I wouldn't try to get it to him in double coverage. I think you have to let the defense's coverage dictate who gets the ball. There was somebody else open on that play.
Might be changing the route. Gonna look downfield again. And that's gonna fall on the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
We know about this running back's versatility, and he's made some plays in this game so far.
Catch
the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. He's got it on the outside. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
Most important part of a clutch drive. Piece together some 1st downs. Get in position, and here they are on 1st and 10. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
You see a lot of quarterbacks get in trouble when they start forcing things. He did a really good job. He wanted to throw the football. You could tell. Drops back, nothing open. It's okay. I'm just going to take off, get what I can get.
Let's it fly. Touchdown, Volunteer. Quick strike through the air for the score. He has been surgical. Precision passes. Using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing. and just destroying this defense.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
The Dogs just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Out of the gun, the inside give.
And you got to bang a timeout right here. You've got 2 left. After running the football, save as many seconds as you can to give yourself an opportunity to come back and win this game.
And the Dogs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Leaves it with the running
Oh
back.
my gosh, bro.
Oh, he's got some space. They just gassed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23. You count up those explosive plays in a game, and you put a little extra star by the big run.
Yeah, this running back is a weapon, boy. He is so good in space. He's got shiftiness. He can make guys miss. And if this guy gets into the second level, watch out. He can hit a home run.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Running to the left. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Pocket breaking down. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. The defense uses their second timeout in the half as they try to get their act together. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. They stop him short, and we'll have a big 4th down coming. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. So 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And there's a lot of celebrating going on over there, but there is still time left on the clock.
You got to give this guy so much credit, man. It is so hard in practice to simulate the pressure that he just faced. Late in the game, seconds left on the clock, you have an opportunity to kick a field goal to put your team up late in the game, and he absolutely drilled it. What a moment for that young man.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Making side adjustments here. Looking to throw on 1st down. That, friends, is a busted
Bro,
play.
what?
Complete.
What's up with the protection, bro?
See how this young man responds, man. Like, he has been really good all game long. Put up some big numbers, but now it's prime time. It's a big moment. Can he step up in this spotlight, make a big drive, make a big play for his team to maybe go win this football game?
Wants to pass, and he's got to make a play. Right on target this time. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, Nick Smothers. At the 35, he's open. And he's brought down after a huge completion. They're definitely in range for the tying field goal, but still trying to get to the line quickly. Looking downfield on first down.
Wow. Wow. All right. Okay. Okay. Okay.
What an incredible individual effort by that big fella there. And David, you know, it's funny, I've been hearing more and more about how these D linemen are the best athletes in the field. What do you think?
I present to you Exhibit A. Look at the big fella. Not only does he make the catch, okay.
Wow, bro.
I can be a wide receiver. I can catch it. I got the ball in my hands. Guess what else I am? I'm a running back. I take that thing all the way back to the house. Exhibit A, the best athletes on the football field.
As hell. That's crazy as fuck.
And he's going to bring it out. No more room to run. They made the tackle right there, and the clock is at 0, and that's how this one will end. Not all close games are created equal, but this one, man, what a ride. A matchup between a couple of ranked teams, and certainly it was a memorable one.
No doubt about it. I think there were a lot of eyeballs watching this game, not just fans of these two teams, but people maybe outside of conference affiliation looking in, because this is a ranked matchup. So when you get this win, this is huge in the eyes of the committee with respect to the college football playoff. This win just means more.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, for the college football playoff picture, how big is it to get a big win, a ranked win, who now you're probably going to be matched up head-to-head with who's better, who's going to make the playoff. Big feather in the cap, big day for them.